Hello, everyone. Sorry, I was just adjusting something on my laptop there. How are we all? Long time no speak. I do apologise. Not being able to stream for a week is really quite weird, and I've missed it. I've really missed it, and I've missed you all. And I just want to say thank you for all the well wishes, and thank you for just everybody being so lovely and wishing me to get better. Um, I'm gonna say hi to everybody in a minute. Well, I'll just say hello everyone at this point. So I'm not looking side to side. I was having a wee chat there before I came on. So yeah, just to say, I'm not fully better yet. Not completely, but I am better. Um, it's just been this kind of prolonged sore throat situation, which has just really slowly kind of come out and just going through the process, really, of coming out and then just disappearing. And I think I'm at the tag end of the whole thing. But what's happening now is I'm having to clear my throat a lot and I'm coughing a lot. So, but I feel better in myself. And I might sound a bit croaky on occasion, and I may cough sometimes. But I wanted to live stream today. I wanted to puzzle. I haven't puzzled for days. I haven't really even had the energy to puzzle, off the camera. I've had 88 pieces left to put into my big wildlife puzzle for days and days and days, and when I'm that close to finishing a big puzzle like that, you'd think I'd be desperate to put them in. I just haven't had the energy. I just haven't had the energy. Um, but I've missed it, You do miss it when you're not doing it, and I've missed you all. So thank you. Thank you everybody. Um, Amy wants me to have a limited amount for jigsaw puzzles. Hi Brian, who's Amy? Is this for Christmas? So Gryffindor, you've been a member for 4 months. That is crazy. Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Coughs hang around forever, I find. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of coughing and then it just kind of gradually tapers off. It doesn't just go away, does it? But hi Marcia. Vicky, if you need to cut the live stream short, don't hesitate. Your health is most important. Well, that's possible. Normally I go for around about 2.5 hours or thereabouts. I may possibly cut it off sooner than that, but I'll try and get a good bit of puzzling in. I'll try and get a good bit of puzzling in. But thank you. I know that you all understand. Um, I'm just glad to be here chatting with you all again. Even if I don't do as much puzzling and chat more, or if I don't chat as much and puzzle more, I don't know. Like, whatever's going to be easiest. I just wanted to be here and yeah, puzzle with you all. Your worker. Oh, okay, cool. That's nice. Um, and good morning to you, Brian. So, oh gosh, quite warm. I feel warm today. Um, this is the puzzle we're doing today. Now, the last time I live streamed, it was this puzzle. It was a week ago, which is crazy to me. The amount of live streaming I do now to have not done it in a whole week. It's really quite odd. Um, but anyway, this is what I was doing last time, and I was largely working on this bottom right accent, let's call it. Because what I've done is I've split it into six, onto 6 pieces of A2 foam board, just like I did with the life puzzle, because it's panorama as well. And I was mostly working on this area because I was doing the elephants, I was doing the hippos, I was doing the rhino, and there's a crocodile down here as well. And I actually managed to get a good bit of that together. This is it here. There's two boards beside each other here. This is the bottom middle. What I found was that I kind of accidentally had this bird coming together. These were missorted pieces, but there were a few of them missorted, and I figured out that it was this white bird here. And it actually attached to one of the hippos. So I've got that bit in as well. I did make a start on the flamingos too, so I focused on these two here so I could kind of gel some of this area together. And then what I did last week was, um, well, that was it really. It was kind of finishing off these, and it was starting on the flamingo. So I still have these are the pieces I'm going to be focused on today. I still have quite a few flamingo pieces. That's all these pieces on the right hand side. These pieces here are pieces I have sorted. Now, I did a little bit of off camera sorting after I streamed last week, and I think I mentioned I was going to do this. I pulled out the water pieces that I had, and I had a big pile of water pieces. There's a lot of water in this puzzle. I can show you. It goes all the way across, really. Um, you've got it up here. You've got like a waterfall here. You've got kind of standing water here. But it's all different textures and it's all different colours. So what I had was just a giant pile of water pieces. And I then went through and I haven't sorted every one. I still have a jumble left. Um, but the ones I picked out for this specific um bit of the puzzle I'm doing next are the water pieces that are kind of purple. If you look at that, I'm hoping you can see that. There's like a purple hue to them. It's still, so it's kind of calm water. There's lily pads, and it's sort of shadowed because there's a lot of big animals standing in this bit of the water, and so it creates this kind of purple hue. And it's really obvious. I was able to pick it out, and they're the pieces that I've pulled out here. So that's what these are on the left. So really, these, not so much these, some of them, because there's a couple more flamingos here. But these will cover flamingos in all different parts of the puzzle. But these will fill out, hopefully, a few gaps down here. So that's what I've got. That's where I'm at. And I thankfully that after I streamed last week, I've not had to do that kind of whilst I've been sick. So it was already kind of prepared, which is unusual for me. I'm normally a bit last minute with these things. I think generally when I have off-camera sorting to do with a stream puzzle, it's easier just to do it while it's out. You know, just assuming it's not masses that I have to do. It's easier just to sit here while it's still out and just do it, and then put everything away. I don't do that so much with the Saturday stream puzzles because that's quite late, so I'd be sorting quite late into the night. But anyway, I'm rambling now. So these are the pieces I'm largely going to be working on today. I've got a board with some leftovers on that I might dive into periodically as well. I'm going to put my box lid over there because that's got the picture on, if I can. Rest it up against something. There we go. You can just see it. You can just see it in the camera shot. Sorry about that. It says panorama. That says. Um. So yeah. So that's my plan. That's my plan today. Um. Having the same issue with a cough. They just like to make themselves at home and just don't want to leave. I know, Karen. What a shame. Sorry that you've got problems with that too. Well, the thing is, the worst part's been the sore throat because I didn't have a cough with it at first. It was just sore, but it always felt worse when I woke up in the morning because I don't know. I mean, I guess when you're blocked up, you tend to sleep maybe with your mouth open, so it just kind of irritates it. So when I woke up, my throat just felt really raw and horrible, and it always felt better during the day. But it affects your sleep, so it was just wearing me out. You know what I mean? I wasn't really able to kind of. Often the best way with these things is just to sleep it off. Get as much sleep as you can. I was finding that I couldn't really sleep much because of it. So in that sense, I'm sleeping better, but the cough, like you say, they just linger, don't they? It just feels like it's lasted for ages, you know, and I feel with colds, historically, it's just like, yeah, a couple of days and I'll be fine. Colds just aren't like that anymore. Either that, or I'm just getting old and can't cope with them as well. That, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I know. They're annoying, aren't they, the coughs? Gryffindor, my daughter got my birthday present gift in the post on Sunday. Oh, yay! Is it? Wait, have you had your birthday yet, Slitherpuff, or is it? Wait, is Slitherpuff here? Um, has it been her birthday or is it still to come, Gryffindor? I can't remember what date she said it was. Good morning, Ambam. How you doing? Snowy day in Virginia. Nice. Would be a perfect day to stay home and puzzle, but adulting duties call and I must work. Glad to hear you're feeling better. Oh, thank you. I know, adulting duties, rubbish, aren't they? Oh, but I'm glad you said hi and thank you for the well wishes. I will talk to Wendy today. We had a full coating of snow last night. Happened around 3 a.m. Wendy's another one of my friends. Oh, that's nice. Do you like snow, Brian? Do you like snow, Amber? What part of Virginia? I'm in MD, Blacksburg. I don't know what MD stands for, but I'm assuming that I'm assuming you do. No snow. Flurries here in Pennsylvania, Ruth, and it's a cold one, 29 degrees. Oh, wow. 35 here, balmy. Lucy, hello. So happy that you feel well enough to stream again. Thank you. Yeah, me too. Me too. Program manager, knew everything this special trip to go to. I explained that I wanted to make it a special trip. I don't know if there's any good puzzles. Puzzles are quite pricey. Is this a shopping trip to buy puzzles, Brian? What kind of trip? You inspired me to get 3 puzzles. Oh, good. Good, good, good. I like the use of the word inspired. Thank you. Finally got the Mickey Orchestra for $100 plus $40 for postage. The Disney Orchestra, the Clementoni. Yay! Oh, that's such a brilliant puzzle. I loved that puzzle. Secondhand worth $400, brand new with postage. Oh my lord. Gosh, do you know, we're incredibly lucky here to be able to get large piece count Clementonis for a really decent price. But I'm so glad you got it. Good, I'm glad. And you are here, Slitherpuff, sorry. Oh, what a great birthday present. Sue, hello! Good to see you back, Vicky. Oh, thank you. Good to see you too, Sue. Got a coating here in NH as well. I'd love it if it warmed up a bit. 15, just too cold for December. Yeah, that is cold, isn't it? It's Portuguese and Italian. Ooh. I'm Lyrical. Hello! I didn't expect to catch this live at all. The flamingos and elephants are looking good. Hope you feel like your whole self soon. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know. It looks great, doesn't it? I mean, what a puzzle this is. Even the 3,000 piece version. It's just lovely, isn't it? It's just lovely. And we were having, I hope you don't mind me talking a bit. I'm going to drink my tea as I talk. We were having, well, I say we, there was a very short discussion on Discord about the, what's it called? The Noah's Ark puzzle. There's a 3,000 piece Noah's Ark puzzle also by Adrian Chesterman that Jumbo made, and it's very similar. And Scott on the Discord server was asking if anybody had done it. Um, and I haven't yet, but I would really like to. But it's got elements of this puzzle, and it looks equally cool and beautiful. The only difference really is that there's kind of a gap, and then in the background you can see Noah's Ark. But it has actually got you can't see them here, but the lions that are laid down over on the left. It's actually got them on it. So there's elements of it. Um, and I don't know. There's just something about wildlife puzzles. I think they look so good. I enjoy doing them as well. As you probably guessed by now. But yeah, 3,000 piece versions of it, giant versions of it, any versions of it. Just look so good. You are young, just a little. My daughter's birthday was Sunday the 7th. Oh, I hope you had a brilliant birthday. That's my question. Is the sinusitis cold a newer thing? Or did I just used to be tougher? I know this is it. I reckon I just used to be tougher. Just getting up from my couch is a bit of, wears me out nowadays. I used to get up quietly. Now I get up and I grunt. I'm like, oh, I'm like, Have I always grunted whenever I literally stand up or sit down? Oh, I reckon it's an age thing. Good just afternoon all. Hi Bergdus, how you doing? And hello Sandra, MD, Maryland. Oh, okay, got you. Good to see you back. Thank you, Sandra. Good to be back. I'm a lyrical. Some colds are just worse than others. There are ones that get mistaken for the flu. Yeah, absolutely. I had something similar this time last year, but it was worse than this. Do you remember? I was doing the Pokemon puzzle at the time. I had to cancel one of the Pokemon streams, and it knocked me flat. And it's so funny because they come out of nowhere. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday last week. Um, I was fine. I was fine. I did all my dancing. I did my after school club shift on Tuesday. Everything was fine. Then Thursday, gone. And last year I was convinced it was flu. It could have been a really bad cold, but I was convinced it was flu because it completely knocked me off my feet. I couldn't even get out of bed with that one. It was crazy. That is somebody at the door. I'm hoping the sound's good, by the way, and you can't hear that bell going. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to have to answer that. I assume it's parcel. I assume it's parcel, but I don't know. Oh, I'm back. I'm not come back. Um, yeah, I don't know what I was saying. Stuff's talking about flus and colds. That's fine. It's kind of a depressing subject, isn't it? Snowflakes beautiful as they fall. Yes, they are. I agree with that. Do love the snow. Work in healthcare at a hospital, so work never stops, unfortunately. Yeah, you must get so busy. Scott, hi Vicky. Yes, went ahead and ordered the jumbo one. Yay! Oh, that was you. Good. Good. Yes, I do have that. I actually bought it. You were right. My thinking was the same. Because the wildlife puzzle is very hard to find. It's quite rare. Like you don't see it very often. Coming up for sale. I kind of thought, well, if I get the jumbo, it's similar. It's a large piece count jumbo, which I've never done before. I've done a jumbo, but not large piece count. And it's the same artist and everything. And I thought maybe this could be one I do instead. And then sometime after that, I managed to actually get hold of the wildlife one. But I don't regret getting that one. I would like to try it. I'd like to try a large piece count jumbo, to be honest. Mm. Always interested when there's a large piece count in a different brand, in a brand I haven't done. Right, let's get these going and see what I can figure out. Now, not all of these necessarily will go in this section. Some areas are like a really light purple, and they may go further over to the left, but that is part of the reason that I've got this board out as well. The bottom middle, because it does kind of spread over towards the middle of the puzzle. Plus, I can use this nice big gap here to lay my pieces out. Now then, there's some splashy areas where there's like a fish jumping out of the water and it's right next to that white bird. There's also splashy areas where the elephants are standing and where the hippos are. So there's quite a few, so I'm just pulling those out at the minute. These are crocodile, I think. That, I believe, belongs to this cat here, maybe? Yes, it does. That's good, because there's a wavy bit there that was floating and annoying me. Um, so I've no idea who that was at the bell because nobody's rang the doorbell. It's quite weird. It could just be somebody just trying to get in. A lot of people they forget the keys and then they can't get in, which is daft, I feel, but there we go. We've got some of these have lily pads on. I'm just gonna just do a few at a time here. So like there's a splashy bit. That looks like it might belong to there we go. So this is the bird and the fish jumping out is here. I think that's part of it as well. That looks like a bit of hippo. And the water's actually quite green up here. The further up it goes, it starts to go green. Not sure about that yet. Might be an idea to separate lily pads. So I've got lily pads here. Just trying to do a little bit of micro sorting. That, there we go, that's hippo. That looks like hippo. I'm just not sure quite where it goes. Might be crocodile. Oh, it is. It's just the end of the crocodile's mouth there. This one looks like an elephant splashy bit. It doesn't go there though. Does it go there? Or it could be. Yes, it is. It's a hippo splashy bit. Lily pad. Elephant splashy bit, I think. No, it doesn't go there. Doesn't go there. I'm not sure where that one goes. Ah, that is a crocodile splashy bit. How am I supposed to see the difference between the splashy bits? There we go, that's a hippo one. That looks as though it has a little bit of lily flower. You can actually see lilies as well. Oh no, it's not, it's this bird. Tiny bit of that bird. And look, really obviously, a crocodile's eyeball there. A little beady eye peeking out. Um, this is a croc splashy bit. Hippo one. Right, here we've got that jumping fish. Oh, it actually goes there. And I think that's part of the splash it left behind. That I'm not sure. Oh, that's a crocodile one. That looks like a hippo. I can't see quite where it goes. Uh, so these splashy bits are helping me get my bearings a little bit, which is good. That looks like an elephant one, yes. So that attaches that. I've not been able to find that bit yet. It's the top of a flamingo's head. It was the only thing stopping me from attaching the elephant, but that attaches it, so that's good. Um, And then here, I'm not sure. Right there? No, it goes there. I think that might belong over here to this. No, to this elephant maybe, but I'm just not sure quite where it fits in yet. There we go. That, does that belong to the fish? I think that belongs to the fish. I think I thought that was flamingo, but it's not, it's fish. There. So that's kind of coming together there. That looks like a splashy as well. It's a bit of a lighter purple though, that one. I think the lighter purples are a bit further over to the left. Oh dear. Right. Yeah, so another splashy bit there. Fish. Lilies. Fish. Splashy bit. Right. Oh, I think that's fish too. Fish was quite easy to pick out. I remember doing the whatever this section was when I did the bigger version. I remember getting really confused by these fish pieces because it was kind of a small thing in amongst humongous things, and I was like, "What have I got here?" And then I realised I'd got this fish jumping out of the water, and of course, it's maybe 6 pieces in this puzzle, but it was probably about 12 or something in that one, or maybe even more than that. I don't know, but I do remember that fish confusing me before. There. Fish. There we go. So this is good. This is filling in some gaps. There's another bit of the top of the crocodile's head. That's the hippo. It's quite. There's like another hippo behind this one. In fact, I don't know where it's gone. I think it might be sitting on my leftovers board because I didn't seem to have many pieces of it, or at least I couldn't. I'm struggling to put them together. Like here, it got his mouth wide open. There's another bit of it there. But the pieces were just kind of loose, so I ended up putting them on here just to sort of keep things tidy. Not certain where that goes. A lot of these pieces, that it's hard to tell what animal they belong to. Yeah, look at that. No, it goes there though. I just can't. I don't know how to attach that yet. Does it go there? No, I don't think it goes. Oh, it does. It goes there. There we go. So I'm slowly getting um more pieces of these elephants in. That one I'm not sure. Hmm. But that's a smaller hippo as well, so it's because it's more in the background. There we go. Got the elephant's other eye. Yay! Always nice to finish off the facial features. What about that? Does that go there? No, don't know. Hopefully I can get some more of these pieces in. Once I start putting more of the water pieces in, and it'll become more obvious where these leftover pieces go. But anyway, there's another hippo behind this one. Does that go there? No. Let's see. Where does that one go? No. Ah, there we go. There, that goes in there. I'm just not quite sure about these yet. Yet being the operative word. So I shall go back to my water pieces and continue on. Look, there's not many left in the box. Pucker means noticeably good. Like, I made a really pucker cup of tea. Can be spelled pucker too. Yes! Pucker, I've heard of pucker. There's a brand of pie in the UK called pucker pies. Oh, Thomas said it, sorry. I used to like they have them in our chippies. I used to always have chicken and mushroom pucker pie when I was a kid. They were yummy. But yes, it means really good, doesn't it? Gosh, do you know that's one of those words I forgot existed? I never really use it. After I had all my troubles with the bank and credit cards, my sister gifted me a 2000 piece Amy Stewart Ravensburger. It has books and animals on it. I think it's called Big Animals. Books and Animals. Ah, it's lovely. That sounds like a really nice puzzle too. Maybe that's why it's called Pucker Tea. Yep. Yes, I've heard of Pucker Tea as well. I'd forgotten about that. It's good. It is, it's beautiful. Good. Oh, you'll be looking forward to that then. Evidently, pucker was popularised by chef Jamie Oliver. Oh, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That seems like the sort of thing he'd say. Pucker, that is. Hello, Cara. How are you? And now I want a chicken and mushroom pie. Ah, see? That's the flavour. You're welcome. Wasn't me that started the food talk, though, so you can't blame me. I'm cold. I don't know why. Maybe I should get an extra blanket and 5,000 cups of tea or 50,000. Is that 50,000? That's a lot of cups of tea. Sounds good though. Extra blanket sounds good. I'm quite warm, but we do have our heating on at the minute. It gets warm in here though. I think just because I have a lot of equipment plugged in and going. There must just be a lot of heat generated off them. Or it could be because I'm sick and I'm just feeling kind of too warm. I don't know. Who knows? Hard to puzzle with a blanket around you though. Never heard of it before except Pucker Tea, which I love. Yeah, it probably is where it comes from. Wish I could stay longer, but we'll have to watch it later. Good night, all. Glad you're over the worst of it, Vicky, and now on the mend. Thank you, Claire. Have a lovely night's sleep. And yeah, definitely on the mend. So hopefully, be feeling a bit more normal by the end of this week. I've had to cancel my dance class tonight. Um, well, probably could physically do it, but the thing with ballroom dancing is that excuse me, sorry, you dance with a partner, and you just don't want to pass this on. I feel I'm still contagious. And if we were in the run up to Christmas, I've got a Christmas party on Friday for my line dancers. I've got a Christmas party on Monday for my ballroom dancers. I'm like, I'd rather just stay well for the Christmas parties and not make anybody else sick. So, but I mean, the plus side to a live stream is that I'm not contagious to any of you because I'm nowhere near you. So it works. It works. But yeah, it's yeah, slow but sure. I'm getting there. Um, Working on a Clementine Harry Potter panorama 1000 piece, but I made myself sad because four of the adults on the puzzle, the actors, have passed away. Alan, Maggie, Robbie, and Michael. Rest in peace. I know. Do you know what's funny? I had the same thought the other day, Slitherpuff, because of a puzzle. It was Tuesday, and I was in doing after school club, my wee job at the school that I do, and we put on Harry Potter, the first one, for the kids to watch, and the very first scene with Richard Harris and the original Dumbledore and Maggie Smith and um, Robbie Coltrane. They're all standing there, and I was like, it's so weird to think that they've all passed away now. Um, and it's just really sad. Yeah, really sad. Such a good movie though. Hooker, the anime girl with her noodles. Hooker. All right, from which anime is she from? I bet my kids are gaga about anime. I don't know who Pucker is though. Been going Clementine puzzle mad lately. I never thought I would love a brand as much as I love Ravensburger. Love Clementines. Clementines are brill. I do. I really like Clementine. Wonderful puzzles. Yeah. If I hop in the car now, I could be having pie and chips in Dover in 8 to 10 hours. You sound as though you're actually figuring out if this could and should be done, Helen. Did it? I suppose they would have pucker pies, wouldn't they, in Dover? It's not cold in here either. It's not cold. 17.5 degrees C, but my body's been weird for a while. Well, I hope you're not coming down with something. The anime was called Pucker as well. Oh, okay. I'll have to ask one of my kids and see if they know it. I watched so one very, very popular, well-known anime is called My Hero Academia. And the last series is just coming out now. I don't know if there's going to be any more episodes aired or if they're all done. But Freya and I have been watching it as the dubs have been coming out. Because what they do is they release it in Japanese first, and then a couple of weeks later you'll get it dubbed. So we've been watching it dubbed, and there were two episodes we hadn't watched, so we watched them, and then but then we wanted to keep watching the rest because we're getting so close to the end. So I was like, oh, just put on the Japanese ones, and we were reading the subtitles, and we were both crying. I was like, gosh, this is so emotional. It's really good. I quite like My Hero Academia. Um, it's really good. You can see why it's popular. I forget all the names of all the characters, and Freya's like, "Oh, that's I love so and so," and I'm like, "Which one's that again?" He looks at me like, "Mum, what? It's him or it's her?" Just like, well, I don't know. Memory like a sieve. I'm gonna have to blow my nose in a wee second. I mean, I could pick them out of here, and try and put them in, but I find it hard because these have quite high sides, these boxes, and I'm like constantly moving it. So I find it easier just taking them out and laying them on the board instead. So that's why I'm doing this. Um, yeah, dropped it. I'm afraid when I put the box here, it kind of creates a shadow, but I'm working on this bit, so hopefully you don't mind that. Right, so I'm going to grab some more um, thingy pieces, lily pad pieces. Uh, Running out of space for them though. I have a splashy bit there that I don't have, but I think that's probably still in with the other water pieces because I've maybe just thought it was blue or something. That looks like an elephant splashy. That one though. Looked like it might be that one, but it's not. Not sure. Don't think it's a hippo splashy. Now then, what is that? Oh, that's a frog. And that's further over here, so that's fine. There we go, a bit more hippo. Flamingo. And there's some lilies above here. I don't think that's one of them, though. There's a couple of wee lilies. Is that one of them? Yes, they're quite small. There you can see the bottom of Flamingo's legs. I think that goes. Maybe around here? That's the door again. Why do people keep ringing the bell? Be right back. Feel like today. Pop that there. I am back again. All right. Sorry about that. I'm hoping this will make up for it because I think it was puzzle mail, and I thought I'd open it. What do you reckon? I won't show my address. That's the bottom of the box. That looks like a puzzle to me. What do you think? And a while is longer than a year. I've often said that myself about my memory. It's nice finding pieces. People be ding dong ditching. I know. Well, see what happens in this building is that I'm in a flat and there's like an outer door, which there's like an intercom system for. Now, most of the time, the people that ring our bell is for us. Sometimes they ring our bell and they realise the door's already open, or they ring our bell just 'cause they want to come in or they forgot their key. So you sort of hang around waiting for the doorbell to go, and then nobody appears. I think that's what happened the first time around, but that time it was actually for us. This is a puzzle, I think. So what say you that I open it live? What do you think? Usually salespeople. Yeah, I know. Oh, gosh, I had somebody come to the door the other day, and I was feeling really sick then. He wanted to do a survey, some survey. I was just like, no. He's like, I was like, is this mandatory? He's like, no, it's not, but it's important. There's only like 15 households in the whole of Stirling. I'm like, what are you picked mine for? Survey? Or proselytizers? So many puzzles arriving, I guess. Lol. I'm going to have to leave early today. My outhouse is being cleared of the last debris and getting a clean ready to be photographed. I need to go check on the work and pay the men. It's good to get it all finished up, Thomas. It's good to get it all finished up. Sorry you have to leave early, though. Good luck, Thomas. Find your pieces. Oh, I know. I haven't read that story yet, Thomas. I've been very AWOL in the Discord server. I've tried to kind of keep up with some of the channels, but I can never quite get fully down the list, and I'm totally behind. Have you lost some pieces, Thomas? No chance now, I'm afraid. They've gone to Puzzle Heaven. Oh no! Maybe you can get replacements. So which puzzle have you lost pieces for? I'm totally in that boat with you at the moment. I've got missing pieces in wildlife. I've not completely given up yet, but it looks like I have. Of course, yes. Yay, yes. Puzzle mail, yay. Yes, please open it. I was waiting till I got to that point in the chat where everybody says, open it. Door sales are illegal here. Oh gosh, they need to expand that globally. The only people that go around from door to door here at Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, we get them too. We get them too. We had salespeople in the flat last for internet and TV subscriptions. We're chatting with a friend at my door, for which I was very happy because they walked by without a single word. Do you know I don't really get salespeople here now. What I do get is like things like that, like that guy who wanted to do the survey, and I get Jehovah's Witnesses occasionally. Um, but do you know what? I get charity workers. I get people at the door trying to get me to sign up for to donate to charities. And I know that's important work, and I know, they need funding and stuff like that, but gosh, do I hate talking to charity workers, especially when it's a cold call, you're not prepared for it, or they catch you in the street, and it's just like sometimes they jump out at you, and it's kind of weird. You feel like you've been ambushed. Um, it was the portals. I sorted at the old house, and so could be in either property. Uh, how many were missing? That's such a shame. I'm sorry to hear that, Thomas. You should be able to get replacements though, because it's a new puzzle, still in print, so they should be able to provide you with new pieces. My dad once let in Jehovah's Witnesses that came by more than once. He was like, "You're not going to convert me, but I can give you a hot drink or something to eat." It was cold that day, apparently. Oh yeah, they're good for a wee chat. They're good for a wee chat. Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Um, but yeah, I know they weren't ever going to convert me either. Right. Got my scissors. And okay, I'm sending bits of cardboard flying all over my puzzle. There we go. See, you didn't expect this, did you? An unboxing live. No streams for a whole week, and then you get one with an unboxing, a bonus unboxing. How cool is that? Ugh, I really need a box cutter. Just always use scissors. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Now I need to just be careful how I open the box because there might be like a delivery note inside with my address on. I don't want to be revealing my address, but I shall open it carefully. Oh, it's exciting! Okay, I'm ready. Are we ready? Okay, I'm gonna just put this here. Da, 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 da. Oh, it's the limited edition Ravensburger bottle! Hey! Ah, that's made me so happy! Oh gosh, that's made me so happy. Um, oh, right. I've got a story to tell about this. So, okay, in case you didn't know, Ravensburger have released three limited edition puzzles, all this month, or last month and this month. They did like a draw to, um, what's the number? I've got 1,400 of 1,500. That's crazy. So I've got oh gosh, I've completely lost the thread of what I was saying. So with the campaigns, what they did was they did like a draw. You entered the draw, and it was to win the chance to buy the limited puzzles. Now there were two Christmas puzzles released, of which I have both. In fact, I'll go and get them. Give me a second. This has turned into a puzzle haul. Give me a second. Right, these are the three puzzles. So this one they did first, the orange glitter circle puzzle, 500 pieces, and they had like a campaign where they did the draw, people entered the draw, and they would get an email to say whether or not they've got the chance to purchase one of these puzzles. Now, I don't know how many of these were made. There is a number on this box. I've got 1,824. It's limited, but I don't know out of how many. With these two Christmas ones, they seemed to only have 1,500 of each, and they're numbered out of that, out of 1,500. So I've got 1,400 in the Winnie the Pooh, and I've got 446 in the Cottage Christmas. So I've been extremely lucky, fortunate, I would say, because Charlotte at Ravensburger UK, who I'm in touch with a fair bit, she spoke with somebody over at Ravensburger Germany and said that I might be somebody that they could ask to share stories and stuff about the campaign and help them promote it. So this person over at Ravensburger Germany got in touch and said, "Would you be willing to help us out? And this is what we want to do, and etc. etc." And I said, "Yeah, that'd be great." And they said they would send me out the puzzles because what they wanted me to also to do was unboxings. What happened with this one was they sent this one first. So I got an email saying this one's on its way, and I was like, "That's great!" And I was really excited to get it. It's Winnie the Pooh, and it's so cute. And then they sent this one, and then they sent this one, and they said it might take a while because they're coming from international, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, this one seemed to take forever. I just, there was no hide nor hair of it, and suddenly this one appeared, and this was the one they sent last, and I was like, something's happened to this one. Because then this one came not long after that, and I got in touch and I said, This one's gone walkabout. I don't know what's happened to it, but it's not arrived. So I think what transpired was it got sent back. I don't know why. And I was so gutted because I was like, I really wanted that one. I wanted all three, but I really wanted the Winnie the Pooh one. So I was like, are you able to send another one? And they were like, well, I don't know. I'll find out. And they did, and I've got it now. And it came while I was live streaming. So there you go. You've seen three of my new puzzles. Four I intended to show them to you. And it's the limited edition ones. So there we have it. Hope you enjoyed that. There's a wee bit of an aside there. But as I say, very fortunate to be able to have them sent to me because I helped them with the campaign. Oh, mm, it's so great. It's so great getting limited ones. But the orange one I think is my favourite. But it reminds me of the crypt puzzles. I kind of feel like it's part of that collection. It's not officially a crypt puzzle, but it reminds me. Reminds me of it. Quick, lay down a board and start it now. Wildlife. 2 for 1 video. I'm here for it. Yep, you've had a puzzle haul. You've had puzzling, chatting. Because I've missed a week of live streams, I'm just cramming everything into one. So nice. All three of the puzzles. I know. I know. I've been very lucky. Very lucky. I kind of did that at the door once when they tried to convert me with science. They gave me a booklet that skipped about 10 steps in the logic. It was entirely convincing. I like the look of Cottage Christmas. I might do a Christmas puzzle later. Yeah, that one is actually it's a re-release image, I think. So Sam was saying this on Discord. You said you realised it was a re-release from like 20 years ago, but it actually says that on the box. They've got the Christmas ones have a metallic effect, so they're kind of like shiny, um, in a metallic kind of a way. Um, and they're quite large pieces as well. But the artist for this one is Roy Trower. It says oh sorry, it's a country Christmas, not a cottage Christmas. Country Christmas. And it says, indulge in the magic of Christmas with our limited edition festive puzzle, reissued 20 years after its original release. So you're absolutely right, Sam. Because I just learnt that fact as well because I'd read it on the box. So you're right, it's a re-release. Crafted with special printing techniques for rich colours and a premium finish, it's a rare and elegant gift to give, enjoy assembling, and admire beneath the Christmas tree. So yeah, it's very nice. It's very lovely. It's a re-release, and it's kind of shiny. And of course, the glitter puzzle is glittery. Um, makes the dust very blingy, blingy puzzle dust. Someone said Cottage Christmas was a reprint of a vintage one. Yeah, yeah. 20 years later. Love the Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, that was a popular one. A few people managed to get that. Would you find it weird if I commented on some of your older videos? Not at all. I'm watching some of your older videos and I was afraid you would think I'm really weird, strange. No, not at all. Do still comment on them. Like, it's not as often, because obviously your older stuff kind of gets old, but every now and again, somebody will be new to the channel and they'll go back and look at my kind of back catalogue, if you see what I mean, if that's the right term. And they'll comment on it. I still get comments on Disney Orchestra. So yeah, go ahead. No, I wouldn't find that weird at all. Like people do that. In fact, I'm really glad that people still watch my older stuff. I often wonder about maybe changing the thumbnail on some of them to make them a bit more in keeping with kind of how I do thumbnails now and just rejuvenate them a bit. I don't know if it would actually happen in terms of the algorithm, but I've got a video that has been really popular and helpful to people. And I say that because people have told me that. and it's the how to do large piece count puzzles in small space. That video, that's old now. Um, but people still watch it and really find it really helpful. So I like to sort of keep that going. If it helps people, then great. Rat, a quick puzzle haul, and I'm still here. Should be driving. You see, I tempted you. So it was worth the wait now going to answer the door. Hopefully. Yes, Country Christmas was previously released 20 years ago as a 1K limited. It was limited back then as well. Didn't know it was 1K though, so this one's obviously 500 pieces. I might have seen it online. I chose another image over it, so yes, I'm doing that one. So the puff, absolutely comment on all videos. It helps the algorithm. Yeah, it does. It does. Comments, likes, hypes, sharing. Sharing videos. It's all about engagement. So any engagement you show with my content, yeah, it all kind of plugs into YouTube, and they get that info, and they push more content. If you see what I mean. So absolutely no, it would not be weird at all. Safe travels. Yeah, don't go bombing down the motorway or anything. Really going now. Bye all. I'll see you later, Thomas. Anytime anyone on Reddit mentions that they don't have the space to do large puzzles, I post a link to that video. Yes, I've noticed, Sam. I've noticed that. And I'm so glad because so many people have said that. In fact, it was quite recent. When was it? Not really, really recent. So, when Jeanette did her 5,000 piece Ravensburger, she did the Hawaiian viewpoint puzzle. And before she did it, she watched she watched my video on that, on doing large piece counts in small space. And I actually think it was Dexter that recommended it to her. So that video has been very kind of word of mouth promoted. And um, people have genuinely found it really useful. And Jeanette was one as well. She said, "Oh, it was great." She told me that. She took the time to tell me that, which I was really, I was really happy to hear. That's the exact reason I made that video because so many people say, "Oh, I wish I had space." In fact, I read a Facebook post the other day. It was a comment on a Facebook post. Somebody posted the 9K magical dragon forest. And then in the comments, somebody said, "I wish I had enough money to buy a mansion so I could this build these kinds of things on the floor." And I was like, honestly, how many of us build large piece counts and we don't all own mansions? It's just so, and I kind of made me a bit sad. I was just like, gosh, you totally don't need a mansion. I think it's just kind of a lack of awareness of large piece count puzzles. The fact that they come in smaller bags, the fact that, you can build them in sections, that kind of stuff. Um, I think people just kind of don't realize. They just think it's this giant thing that you have to do all in one big area. And it isn't. So, and all of us know that. That's the exact reason I made that video. And I'm really glad that people still watch it. I hope they do. Just because it's older doesn't mean it's any less relevant. Vicky's definitely removed the excuse about don't have the space. Yes, exactly. It's no excuse, people. I will have you all doing large piece counts. What? It's part of my evil plan. But I do appreciate you sharing that, Sam, and I'm glad. I really hope, I genuinely hope people look at that and click on it and find it helpful. Because I mean, I'm on Reddit as well, so I see when you link it. It's brilliant. Now people have to come up with new excuses not to do large piece count puzzles. Lol. Yes, this is true. Foam boards are definitely a game changer. Absolutely, 100%. I do want a mansion, but for my other hobbies. Well, yeah, this is it. I mean, we don't want a mansion. It's that you don't need one for large piece counts. That's what I'm saying. I wish I got into using smaller foam boards many years ago because I passed on plenty of large counts because my table or flat was too small, which I wish I hadn't. Yeah, and a lot of large piece counts now. Well, not a lot of them, but like companies like Treffle, they'll make the sections smaller so people can do them. I mean, that's not for everybody. Like some large piece count puzzle builders, they don't want tiny sections, which is fine. Or I shouldn't say tiny, smaller sections, which is fine. They can mix them. They've got that option. But I do think that large piece counts are more accessible for people now, in terms of building them, the practicalities of building them. Money issues can be a thing. Can be. What depends on where you live, though. A lot depends on where you live. See that Disney orchestra, the 13,000 piece Clementoni? When I bought that puzzle, it was £75. Now, I could pay 65 and get a 5,000 piece Ravensburger. When, um, like, when it was on sale, when it kind of like been on sale for a little while, um, I was seeing that puzzle for 45. £45 for a 13,000 piece puzzle. Now that's here. Clementonies can be a lot more expensive in somewhere like America, be a lot harder to get hold of. So a lot depends on where you are as well, and you can maybe get deals and stuff. So I don't know. I just feel like generally large piece counts are getting more mainstream. Maybe I'm just being over enthusiastic. I don't know. What do you think? Right, I'm really sorry. I haven't done very much puzzling. I've got very sidetracked. And I will continue to puzzle now. Or attempt to anyway. There's the other Lily. I hope you don't mind humouring me so I can chat. I've missed the chat. Now then, there's a fair bit of kind of grass and vegetation down here at the bottom. I don't know how much I can attach. I'm just wondering if some of this will go down here. Does that go? No, that doesn't go there. Something there though. Hmm. Not sure where that one goes. There's also an orange flower or a little cluster of them next to this little cat that's sitting here. Um, oh, there's a bit of the cardboard box there. More vegetation. I may have to consult the box on that. Oh, wait, does that attach there? Yes, it does. It does indeed. And that goes there. So that's a different lily in a different spot. Where else have we got lilies? Down here. Got lilies down here underneath the crocodile. And these are the. Oh, is that there? That looks like a hippo. These are the kind of the vegetation ones. What is that? Is that a... I don't even know what that is. Might be a little duck or something in the water. Because over here, I think there's a couple of little kind of like ponds that the deer and things are drinking out of. That one. Now then, where are you? I think that goes there. It's just the end of that thing's nose. In fact, wait, I know where that piece is. I know where that piece is. It's on here. Yeah. Yay! Okay, bit more of that hippos together now. Uh, ah, and that one. Uh, don't know about that one. Ah, yes, that goes there. All right, so yeah, so getting the water pieces in is helping me fill out some gaps with these leftovers, so that's good. So we'll attempt to try and get back on with these water pieces. I know I've been chatting away a lot. I actually was thinking, speaking of video how-to kind of videos, um, I've had an idea earlier to do a video, possibly, about um cut patterns, cuts. And when I say that, I mean the differences between random cut, grid cut, and ribbon cut. And is that something? Do you think that that would be just a super boring topic, or is that something like you'd be interested in hearing about? Because I find it interesting. Um, and the conversation came up recently in again it was Facebook. That's what kind of reminded me of it because I was just talking about a Facebook post. Um, and I it was about that specific subject, and I found it really interesting, and it kind of made me realize a few things about my understanding of cuts and the way I was sort of viewing it, the way I've thought about it. And yeah, I wondered, I thought this would be an interesting conversation to have actually on the stream, just to chat while I was puzzling, and just hear your thoughts on it because I found it really interesting. So basically, the basic premise of the post that I saw was the difference between ribbon and grid for the most part. There was some mention of um, there we go, that's that hippo done. There was some mention of random, but mostly it was the emphasis was on the difference between grid and ribbon. And the reason that the chap had put this post up, it was kind of to correct a website. And I won't name the specific website, but they basically said that ribbon cut is essentially grid cut. Like a lot, and I don't think they're alone in thinking that. I think that people do think ribbon and grid cut are the same thing, and they're not the same thing. And I knew this, but and he explained it, and he used pictures and stuff to show, and it was good. It was good to sort of have it clarified. But it got me thinking. about random cut and about ribbon cuts that, weren't necessarily completely ribbon cuts. It got me thinking about the variables. And one thing he did say in this post was that there are exceptions. There are always exceptions. So that was kind of the caveat. Like, this is generally the case, but there are exceptions. It's not always the case. Um, and the I don't know. Just you can get whatever. Yeah. Um, and there are exceptions. And the first exception sorry, that was Jasper coming in. He's hungry. The first exception I thought of was the small batch puzzles by Cadbury's. And um, because even at the time of building, it says on the box that they're random pieces. It's random cut. I disagreed with that. I didn't necessarily think it was random cut, but I'm looking at it a little bit differently now because at the time I kind of said, well, it's closer to a ribbon cut, but I don't think it was entirely ribbon either. So, this post really intrigued me, and I was like, this has got me thinking. And yeah, I just wondered what your thoughts were on this. Right, hang on. There we go. So I'm getting some more of these pieces in where these lilies are at the bottom. Where does that one go? That looks like a bit of animal. Could be the rhino. Mustn't forget the rhino. Down here. I'm not sure about that one. Doesn't go there. Doesn't go there. Don't know about that one. So yeah, tell me your thoughts. I mean, do you even care? Like quite a lot of people, um, in response to that, said, I don't even think about it. I just buy a puzzle because I like the image, and then I just do the puzzle, and I don't think about it. Why do we need to think about these things? And it's a fair question. But I think it's good to know. You know, before you open the box, I think it's a useful thing to know. Does that go there? No, but I'm pretty sure it goes around there somewhere. I'm not sure about that one. That's like a rock at the bottom. Got some more vegetation here and here coming together. And then these are just more um plain pieces. There's not much of anything in them. That keeps getting mixed up. I'm wondering if that belongs to the rhino because that looks. Yes. It's a funny colour, the rhino here. It's kind of a blue colour. I will stop and read the chat in a minute and see what you think to my wee chat about piece cuts. Now then, where's that frog? That's further over. Um, that's a bit of vegetation, but there's also a lily pad on it. Okay, so now that is next to the frog. So some of these go away over here. I've got to be kind of aware of that. Now then, this, I think, goes down here. Yes. Got a wee bit of that crocodile on there. So they tend to be a little bit darker, the pieces down here. A darker purple. There's a butterfly there. Mm. So go there. Yes. And that goes there. Okay. It's nice to be able to attach these to the bottom at the very least. Just so they're not floating. Can be frustrating having floaty pieces. There we go. So that's starting to come together now. There's a tiny bit of the leg of this bird here. But I can't see it on these pieces. There's a dragonfly on that. Sometimes you can narrow down pieces just from by dint of them having things on them. You know, rather than just being plain water. There we go. There's something on that. I just don't know what it is. Hmm. Okay, I'll pop those back. Right, let's read the chat. What you're saying. The biggest problem is puzzle terminology is not standardized. No, exactly so. Exactly so. And it's great wanting manufacturers to put things on the boxes and stuff like that, but what one manufacturer calls something, um, I don't agree with necessarily, or other people don't agree with it. Good luck, Clark. I'll wait. I'll wait for you if you don't make it. Oh no! What are you doing, Clark? No, it would be great. Oh, do you think it would? Yeah, JPSO, Jigsaw Puzzle Standards Organization. You need to include the Eurographic Smart Cut. Can't wait to see progress pics. Springbok has rather crazy puzzle shapes. It takes random to a whole new level. I would totally love to learn more about puzzles. What kind is the puzzle you are doing now? Me? Is that a question for me, Slitherpuff? I'm not doing any specific kind of puzzle. This was a post that I read on Facebook about cuts, specifically the differences between ribbon and grid, but there was some random conversation involved as well. That's super kind, but really no reason to wait for me. I absolutely agree, Clark. How do you recognize a ribbon cut? Okay, so here's the thing, right? So just moving random aside for a second. Grid cut puzzles are the puzzles that you'll come across 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10 maybe. Educa's grid cut, mostly. And as I said, there's always exceptions to the rule. This is grid cut. So grid cut basically means you have the horizontal cut lines and the vertical cut lines, and it's cut in such a way that each piece meets and aligns the corners. Okay, so here, this little cluster of 9 pieces meets the corners. So it's a grid. Sometimes they might there might be a single line going horizontally or vertically, but not necessarily both ways. What you have then is called ribbon cut. So now, from what I can understand, not many companies make ribbon cut puzzles anymore. Mostly they grid, or they're random, or there's some kind of hybrid. Um, with With this, it's very grid. The only area where it's not grid is on the dividing lines between the sections, and that's because the way they cut the puzzle, they cut it in sections, so they don't necessarily line up in certain areas, but otherwise it's grid. I mean, large piece count puzzles are kind of a different ball game, really, in that sense, because they've got their own because of the size they are and the way they cut, they've kind of got their own rules. But if you take a section um that's been cut, as one bit, usually it's grid. Ribbon, basically, the corners only meet on one axis, either horizontal or vertical. So that's the difference, the main difference between the two. So then what's random? This is where I this is where I got hazy, because I did it, and the reason that I got hazy with this was because I did the Cloudberry's small batch puzzle Nocturnal fairly recently, and the the cut on that was really quite strange. It wasn't grid because the pieces didn't meet in the corners. Pieces were very sort of curvy, had very curvy corners, but it wasn't ribbon either, because there wasn't one line that went straight from left to right or from top to bottom like in a ribbon cut puzzle. It might have areas where it was a bit ribbon, but then it would stop, and then it would go off a bit, and then there'd be another bit where it was ribbon again. So I was like, well, then what do you call that? Do you call that a partial ribbon cut? Do you just call that a ribbon cut? Or does that then become a random cut? Because it's not grid and it's not ribbon. Now, to my mind, it wasn't random because the shapes weren't random. But then I was like, well, maybe I'm looking at it wrong then, because it doesn't seem right, really, to judge ribbon and grid cut by cuts and lines, but judge random by shapes. You could technically have quite random shapes and it still be a ribbon cut or a grid cut. And I never really thought about it that way before, and I never really realized that that's how I thought of it. I always thought of random as a shape thing and ribbon and grid as a cut thing. And in actual fact, random is a cut thing too. So I showed the chap who posted the post. I showed him a picture of the nocturnal puzzle, and I said, "What would you call this?" And he said, "I'd call that random light," which I thought was quite funny. Because the thing is, all the pieces in that puzzle were standard shapes. So you do have that factor in your mind when you're thinking about puzzles and cuts and stuff. It's got all six standard shapes, so it's not random, is it? It was quite randomly cut. So anyway, this is just the way my mind goes when I'm going about doing stuff, and like cleaning my sink or something. And I'm thinking about the differences between puzzle cuts. It's like, let's make a really interesting video. I wonder if anybody would be interested, or if they'd all get really bored. Anyway, so there we have it. It's my little treatise on puzzle cuts. Springbok, yeah, very very wonky pieces, but um and as far as I know, Springboks are random shapes and a random cut. But technically, and I don't think I've ever seen one quite like it, but technically, you could have a ribbon cut and still have random shaped pieces. They don't have to be standard shaped pieces. Just a thought. Just a thought. And then you see, and then I could look at like circular puzzles. If you think about it, a circular puzzle usually could be called a ribbon cut, because although from the middle to the outside you don't generally have single lines, you might, not generally. Usually, though, they do have concentric circles where the they meet. So is that a ribbon cut? And there's some random shaped pieces in circular puzzles. I find it so interesting. Am I the only one that finds this interesting? You skipped to 4K. Oh, I missed that. Hang on, I missed a. Well, Vicky made me do it. I just purchased. What's the Taro your way? Hello, hello. Vicky made me do it. I just purchased 5K Bazaar Town. I built up to the piece count 1, 2, and 3K, but skipped to 4K. Hope I don't regret that choice. Very recently, there weren't loads and loads of 4K puzzles. I mean, Ravensburger started doing them now. I think you'll be fine. If you've done a 3K, I think you'll be fine with a 5K, although Bizarre Town's not an easy one. Vicky made me do it. I love it. I also don't think crypt puzzles are random cut, they're custom cuts. They use the same die sometimes, even for two puzzles in the series. Yes, well, this is it, you see. I'm a lyrical. And the crypt puzzle conversation came up because I read all the comments in this particular post thread. And somebody asked, so are all Ravensburgers grid cut? And the chap who posted it said, well, actually, there are exceptions, like I said. Like you could take the crypts, for example, and he mentions the crypts. That is random cut. If technically speaking, they are random cut, but they're very purposeful random cut puzzles. I mean, they are specifically done so that you end up with a circle meeting a linear cut. It's circles and lines, isn't it? Puzzles. And sometimes it's a big circle in the middle of straight lines, sometimes it's lots of little circles, sometimes it's sort of partial circles that radiate out, and you might have some straight lines in the. I'm trying to think of the crypt cuts. I've done a few crypts, so that I can sort of talk about that. If we're talking about technical explanations based on the explanation I've just given, you can say it's random cut, but it's not just random all over the place. It's random with a purpose. It's a very specific cut. If you want grid cut and a circular puzzle, do the pomegranate brand circular. They have hex-shaped pieces instead of square, so the corners meet the connected pieces. Yes, and in that sense, but then you have to have they all have to be the same shape, really, don't they? I guess. Um, but you could have grid cut if you literally just had like lines radiating out from the middle, and a line going round in kind of concentric circles. You could, in theory, have that, although I don't know if any circular puzzles exist that look like that. Most of the time, I would say circular puzzles are ribbon. But it depends. Is it possible to have a ribbon cut on a non rectangular puzzle? I don't see why not. Is there a post on Discord about getting a puzzle because Vicky inspired us to get it? There might be quite a few. I'm not the only inspirational person in that Discord server, though. I will just add that. I enjoyed the Blue Kazoo ones and the Circle of Colours by Ravensburger. Exactly. And Elena Essex, she's done some circular puzzles as well, some lovely ones. Clark, I don't mind, but we'll see. It's my first attempt at a larger piece count, so I may need a head start, haha. Not a race, just a puzzle along. By the way, most American puzzle brands are random cut. Yes, now see, that was another topic of conversation, because I'm pretty sure it was an American guy that posted it. But he was saying ribbon cut doesn't really exist much in America, or at all. And in Europe, we have a lot of grid cut and less random. Quite interesting, don't you? Like, I wonder why. I wonder why America favors the random cuts. You know, your 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 grid cut might be true in Europe, but not in the US. We have a lot of random here. Well, yeah, okay, so yeah, that was probably a generalization. But yeah, there was a bit of that element of conversation in there that a lot depends on where you are, what you're used to. So you might not really think about the cut if Like, until you then do a cut that's different and not what you used to. Because a lot of people were like, well, what's the point? Why do we need to know this? And it's like, well, I don't suppose you do really. But if you're used to doing grid cut puzzles and then you find an image you like and it's random and you start to do it and you're like, what on earth is going on here? I don't like this. It is useful to know, isn't it? But not every company puts that on the box. And not every company has, as you say, Clark, a standardized um, definition. So the Hay panoramic I have that moves in waves is still a grid. Yep. Well, if it meets in all four corners on both axes, then yeah. Good day, Lita the Second. How are you? Congrats on your purchase of 5K Bizarre Town. Hope to see your progress pictures on Discord. I know, me too. Such a great puzzle. Would you get me a meal deal? I'll get sorry, I'm just making my lunch order. I'll get can I get a coffee, a latte? Um medium, yeah, please. I will also get just get me a piece of chocolate, like a bounty or something. If not bounty, a boost or something, anything. Nice piece of chocolate. And I'll get a tuna pasta salad. Thank you. But I have to take these opportunities when I can, when my kids decide to go out and actually get themselves something. Yes, I want to see your progress as well, Tarot Your Way, because that is such an awesome puzzle. And if you're worried, watch the videos that Donna Louise and I did on it because we both did it very different. I don't know how you puzzle Tarot Your Way, everybody puzzles differently. We both did it very differently, and you might find it really interesting to watch those and see if it helps because Colin Thompson's very busy puzzle images. Just gonna play my notes. ADHD cut, maybe. You might be describing a spiral cut. Well, I suppose so. Is a spiral cut only to be described on circular puzzles, or could you say that crypt is spiral cut? I view grid cut as pieces being organized in rows columns. Yeah, yes, that makes sense. I think the video would be very controversial since the terminology is not standardized. True. So maybe great since there will be lots of comments on the video. Sometimes controversial videos are great for engagement. Well, this is true. This is true. I mean, I can caveat the whole thing with this is my experience of it and this is what I think. But I think you'll agree with me, Clark, that ribbon is not the same as grid, is it? And a lot of people do think ribbon and grid cut are the same thing. So maybe great. Oh no, I've read that. Vicky, I got to do another survey with one of your puzzles. You got to do another survey. What do you mean? Gryffindor. Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry, Vicky and Peeps, have to go and pick up my son, but I've managed to put 683 pieces in on the 6 portals today without using a phone board. Brilliant, well done. That's great. They said, I like the creator. Oh, okay, one of those kind of surveys. Yay, thank you. Thank you, Gryffindor. Maybe it's the German efficiency thing. B. Images are different between Europe and America as well. We don't have nearly as many landscapes and have a ton of collages. True. So do you think that's like um your way of sort of making the collages less linear? I don't know. I don't know. Do you know what would be cool though? If I did a video like that and I could do like a springbok and I could do like a Cloudberry's small batch and I could show these different cuts. I don't know if I'd be able to find a ribbon cut. Maybe I could find a ribbon cut in my collection. But I think they're quite hard to come by, ribbon cut puzzles. Um, Spiral cut is on rectangular puzzles. Okay, which is a shame. There's something relaxing about a well-composed still life. I mean, it's got more varied now, hasn't it? And puzzles are a little more available in different parts of the world, like European puzzles in America and so forth. But yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's funny how kind of regional it is, preferences and things. Um, right. Sorry. Back to the. I'm not. I keep apologising. I really hope you don't mind that I've done more talking today than I have puzzling, but I've just really enjoyed being back streaming. There's a butterfly there. It may have ended up in the butterfly and birds pile. Um, but there's one there. Now then, that looks like yes, it is. It's the nostril of that hippo. There's that missing bit of leg I was looking for. I was expecting it to be pink, but it actually wasn't. It was kind of a grey colour. Let's get these in. And that one. Together? Nope. Hmm. I'm not sure about that one. Oh, that goes there. Got a little bit of the rhino horn in that one. Somebody probably should standardise these terms, shouldn't they? But hey ho. I don't know if it should be me really. There we go. Got that little bit in. Some of these lighter coloured pieces, I don't. They may go further off to the left. There. Ah, that's that bird. There. I mean, I'm definitely filling out some gaps here, so that's good. Getting harder to tell though where these fit in. Does that go there? No, but it goes somewhere near the bottom. What about that one? Looks like it's crocodile or something, although I can't actually. There. There it is. It is. Just the back end of the crocodile there. That is a duck. So that goes away over there. Duck bit there. Have I got that? Yes, I have. Have I got that? Doesn't look like it. What about this? Aha. Oh, that's a butterfly. I was wondering what that was. That's the bottom of that splashy bit there where the fish is. Where does this one go? There. Alright, so this is nicely starting to move me in this direction. And the waterfall just about starts behind this tall bird here. But there are some areas of still water. Where's that thing? That is down here. Eh, let's just come off. Ah, there. Yes, it attaches there. So that bit there is the bottom of that rhino. And that's there. No, no. Mm, I'm getting there, folk. I'm getting there. All these water pieces are going in, so that's good. Rhino again. Might have a few rhino pieces in my leftovers. But yeah, that one I'm not sure about. It's reflecting something, but I don't know quite what yet. So here is where it starts to go more bluish green. That's kind of splashy. That's got to go around here somewhere, I think. That's also kind of splashy. Hmm. Not quite figured out all the splashy bits yet. Uh, that looks like it's got a bit of lily or something on it. Green butterfly. Where are you? There. Where that one? There. Where does that go? Right, let's see if I can find any leftovers that might go down here at the bottom where this rhino is. Maybe. Right. Let's see, that looks like water as well. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Maybe they go. Brr, these are annoying. Annoying. I've got a bit of a gap here in the elephant. I don't know where I would have sorted those pieces. Well, they go together. Hmm. Does that go over there? No. 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 All right. Well, I've got two together. I just don't know where they go. I mean, it's possible a lot of these could be deer or something like that. That's a purple bit, like a purple bit of water. I just can't see. I don't know if that's rock or if that's elephant or um hippo or something. Not certain. Now then, this cat is a bit further back, so I can't attach the cat yet. I wish I could attach that. It looks like it. I think it goes there. Yeah, it goes there. Uh, right. Okay, well, that's more or less all of those bits of water pieces that I sorted in, more or less. There's a few that I've got a little duck together there that goes further off to the left. Um, there's like a deer down here, and it's kind of beside that. In fact, that's the deer there, but I can't attach it yet. And I've got some bits here that are confusing me a little. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's these reflective parts of this little pool. I'll show you on the box. Gosh, I can't believe it. 23 minutes past two. Crazy. Um, so here, so that duck there is that one there, and it's right underneath this deer here, where it's drinking. I just can't attach it yet. And this little pool, I'll zoom in a bit so you can see better. This little kind of puddle at the bottom where they're drinking out of, some of these purple pieces belong in there. And it's different colours, but it's kind of a similar texture to all of this. And there is a bit here where these flamingos are, behind this cat, which I've got there. There's lily pads and stuff here where all these flamingos are standing. So it might be an idea um next to pull out water pieces that are kind of belong here and do them alongside these flamingos. Because I still have quite a few flamingo pieces left. Um, these ones, quite a few of them. And it might be worthwhile building up that little cluster on the bottom. Well, it's partially bottom middle and partially bottom left. There's a few on the bottom left. What I can also do is pull out from the water pieces these areas of still water where it's just blue, but not waterfall, like everything except waterfall, and just narrow it down that way as a next step. What do you think? Could maybe do that, couldn't I? I always forget to zoom back out again when I've zoomed in. There. In the age of robotics, it seems like the puzzle companies could align things better so they don't need giant tufts of Wiggle room. Oh, I know. I know. Get better with that though, I think. Justin, you would think that Ravensburger would have figured out how to get rid of the 10 found lines in puzzles by now with the famous German engineering. I know. This is it. I know. I think they are doing so more and more. Notice how the barrier between the sections on the six portals and the wolf puzzle is barely noticeable. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you, Gustin. Hello, by the way. Didn't they just use the portals to hide it? Well, I mean, the portals is a collage, so they can sort of get away with it there, really, anyway. But I think that's more a quirk of the image rather than something they did to hide the line. I'm just hoping this means we get more 9K plus puzzles that feel like one image rather than two images that happen to go together. Yeah, I mean there are some standout examples, aren't there? The fish force field is a standout example, and that jungle animals one is a bit, but it's kind of weird looking. Um, so hopefully pen found lines will no longer be needed. Yes, I like, I like that term. They'll still be there on releases of older images, but future images will hopefully not have them. Maybe increase the value of older puzzles as collectibles. That's it. I count pieces, my OCD, and the puzzle I'm doing now only has 989 pieces. It is normal for a panorama having less than it says on the box, or am I missing a lot of pieces? No, Clementoni have um they have a different piece count to the box, and usually, if I'm not mistaken, panoramas have less than 1,000. In some Clementoni's Slitherpuff, there's a sheet, and it actually has a list um of the piece count and then how many there actually are. So, for example, the 13,200 piece puzzles by Clementoni is actually 13,224 or something like that. And it will actually say that. And there's 1,000 pieces is usually about 1,008. Um, but if it's a panorama, it'll be less. It'll be 990 something. I can't remember all the different ones. I could probably try and find one. I wonder if there's one in there. It's got a shrink wrap on it though. Don't think that my where is it? Oh, it's on the bottom of the pile. There's none I can really easily take out. Don't think that my 1,000 piece Lahena Vision has one in. I've seen that before. If there's in the box, Slitherpuff, if there's a sheet of paper, it might tell you on there. Common for puzzles to have slightly more or less pieces than the number on the box. A female, dear. 125 here. Oh my goodness. So early. Put together the edge. If it's 23 by 43 pieces, all of the pieces are there. Never got a puzzle with less than it said, always more. Yeah, panoramas are different with Clementoni specifically. Um, I just know that because I've done Clementoni's, I've done quite a few, and I remember, I think it was my Witcher puzzle. That was a panorama, and that had the sheet in. Hello, Matt. How you doing? 6:30 for you. I know you've got an early start today, right? I feel like Ravensburger is falling behind. They can't even solve their dust problem. I know some people hate the dust, but honestly, I kind of like the dust. Ever since I started doing dust drawings, I don't care now. Ooh, right. I'm gonna call you TLH because I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. Tell me what I should call you. And welcome. And it's 10:30 where you are. So where are you? I have one of the cards with the numbers on my desk. Oh dear. Right. Well, that's handy then. So, like, how many is it for? Is it like 996 for a panorama, Clementoni? I'm sure it's something like that. It's definitely less. I remember that. I remember it being less. Oh, sorry. Right. Well then, hang on. That goes there. I don't know why I'm finding these on here. Um. Oh no, that's gorilla. What about that one? Right. Okay. So I don't think I'm gonna go on. Um. I think 2 hours is a good point to stop. I know I haven't got a great deal done this week. Been chatting a wee bit more. I hope you don't mind that, but I really hope you enjoyed seeing my new puzzles, my limited puzzles, including the one that appeared at the door, which made me so happy to get. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing those, and I hope you've been fine with me just chatting away. And I've got some done. Look at that. That's well, almost all of those pieces that I sorted have gone in from the water pile, so that's good as well. I've only got a few leftovers. I mean, I don't like adding loads to the leftover pile. So that's pretty good going. And I think that I can use that to just kind of move me along the bottom and keep working on the water and the flamingos. So the other water pieces are in here. These are my other ones. And as you can see, a lot more blue. Um, and I think I can pull out some more sort of still water kind of pieces like that and that. This kind of thing. And I mean, a lot of the waterfall pieces are quite white. Oh, now then. Oh. Ah, anyway. A lot of the waterfall pieces are quite white. So if I can just keep narrowing down, pulling out a bunch more, sorting and resorting, and then I've got the flamingo pieces separated. There's a big cluster of them on this, on sort of the left side of the middle, bottom middle panel. I can keep doing that. A lot of them are standing in the water, and I can just keep going at it like that. See now there. There we go. That's just attach that duck to that deer. And just eventually I'll have a good chunk of the bottom row together. Um, Kind of the opposite to the life puzzle. That was more a top half done first kind of process, but this seems to be coming together more at the bottom. That looks like it goes around here somewhere. Anyway, I can pull that out during my next batch of sorting. And then I'll be ready to do some flamingos and some more water next week. What do you think? Looking good? Not bad? Quite pleased with that. Oh, I'm just glad I got through a live stream, to be fair. So nice to be back, chatting with you all. The Ravensburger dust is a no problem to me. I know, same. Hong Kong, right, okie dokies, Hong Kong. Welcome to the stream. The sheet says it should have 990. Oh, and you counted 989. Hopefully I'm not missing a piece. Okay. Yeah, I hope not. Was it new? Did you get it new? Slitherpuff. That's it. No more puzzling this morning. Okie dokies, Gryffindor. Well, I'm gonna wrap things up just now. Anyway, time to fix the biggest issue in my life right now. All right, what's that? Is this your is this a puzzle issue? Is it your minions puzzle? It's like awesome progress to me. Congrats. Oh, good. Yeah. Well, I mean, there has been some puzzling happening, I guess. This is really looking nice now. A lot more filled out. Press like, everyone. Thank you so much. Yes, please do if you enjoyed it. I hope you did. See ya. See ya, everyone. Have a great day. Bye, Ruth. Elena, can you help me with the board, please, when you have a moment? Oh, is that you? Is that your daughter? It's a lovely name. Good job. Thank you, Cara. You've done well today. Thank you, Kalindo. It was wonderful. Always good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Happy puzzling, everyone. I'm off to puzzle on section 7 of the 42K. Oh, have fun, Clark. Have fun. Have a great day, everyone, and indeed press that like button. Yes, you all have a lovely day. Thank Vicky for smashing like. Thank you, Sonia. I'm Luca. Oh, I see. Right. Oh, gosh. Right. Sorry. I also asked you where you were from, didn't I? My bad. So you're Luca and you're in Hong Kong, and it's 10:30 there, or thereabouts. I've got you. Right. Sorry. Brain isn't fully switched on yet. I've been ill. Forgive me. But thank you. I'll try and remember that if I see you in a dream in the future. Luca. Um, Hope you're feeling 100% soon. Thank you, Helen. Hopefully. All right. Um, yeah, managed to find the parcel. Wait and send it back to the sender, so that's going well. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Have a great day. All right. Okay. I will wrap it up there. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on this stream. So happy I managed to get a stream done. Hopefully, I'll be a bit more back to my usual self on Thursday, which is the next time I will do a stream. Um, and yeah, I'll just try and get back into more puzzling and doing more recording and things now. So yeah, this has been brill. This has been brill. It's been a good test. But it was lovely to chat, and I hope you've enjoyed the progress on this lovely puzzle. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks again, everyone. Happy puzzling. Ta-ta bye. Ah, there we go.